I've just discovered the reason why it's so hard to find a good guy dating in 2023. And it's not because there aren't any left and all men are disgusting and all men are trash. That is completely false, no matter what you hear from other girls on TikTok. The truth is that the good guys are done with dating. They would rather be single and have their peace than be in a relationship and not be treated correctly. They're done playing the games, okay? Girls not being monogamous, them not texting them back, them giving them mixed signals, them opening up and sharing their feelings, and then a girl breaking up with them. They don't want to deal with that. They'd rather work a lot, go home, play some video games, watch a movie, and spend time with their dog or themselves than ever have to deal with women. I just want to know. I just want to know which one of you ladies messed it up for everyone, because dating out here is so hard.
They may not like hearing this, but one of the most common is a lacking of being in touch with their feminine side. And that only really plays a huge role dependent on the type of man they desire. If they desire a very masculine man who has his stuff together, a guy who can be a leader, at least has those qualities, then not being in your feminine is going to work against you. You're going to come across more difficult. Every man who has stuff going on for himself can say what he needs is peace.
In a contemporary landscape where societal norms and gender dynamics undergo constant scrutiny, the MGTOW movement emerges as a notable phenomenon. Rooted in the principles of male empowerment and self-preservation, MGTOW advocates challenge traditional notions of relationships, marriage, and gender roles. As men increasingly navigate a terrain fraught with legal biases, social expectations, and evolving cultural paradigms, MGTOW offers a platform for critical discourse and collective action. This movement, characterized by disillusionment with modern dating dynamics and disillusionment with traditional institutions, reflects a broader societal shift towards questioning established norms and seeking alternative paths to fulfillment and autonomy. Through an exploration of the challenges and critiques leveled against contemporary gender dynamics, MGTOW proponents seek to redefine masculinity, relationships, and societal expectations in the 21st century. It seems Chad and Tyrone have gotten along. The MGTOW development is flourishing, and I've been spreading reality for quite a long time. No more succumbing to the show, mind games, and the mess. Men are awakening to the truth, avoiding unnecessary mayhem. Thus, partake in your games. Those who know better will not be playing. And what's the result? Not dealing with unnecessary crazy turmoil for a relationship that could end in betrayal. Choosing to date and marry a modern woman despite the high likelihood of losing resources and future children is a foolish and strange decision. In an era where women gather numerous sexual partners, adorn themselves with questionable tattoos and piercings, and exhibit an unfeminine attitude, the essence of womanhood seems lost. The pervasive hypersexualization, manifested through TikTok twerking videos and attention-seeking behaviors, adds to the unappealing characteristics. Modern women often exhibit rude, mean, sarcastic, and boring personalities, making them less desirable partners. The blatant bias of the legal system favoring women, even when their behavior is harmful, raises serious concerns. The trend of states dividing assets from men, even in non-marital relationships, increases the risk for men. The possibility of being considered married after 2 years in a relationship, with the associated rights, adds to the perception that modern women are not just terrible, but potentially dangerous. Interestingly, many men find greater excitement in activities like a FIFA night with beers and games than in pursuing relationships. Some even prefer the company of sex workers over having girlfriends. Instances of men being severely affected by bad divorces are pushing them to advocate for men's rights. As a result, some men choose to accompany women but stubbornly avoid marriage, asserting strict control over what they share with their partners. This colleague of mine, going through the same thing, seems very cautious when we meet for drinks, avoiding his woman at all costs and displaying a prominent lack of trust. Contemporary society is destroying male attraction, turning something that should be delightful and abundant into a scarcity filled with frustration. It's disheartening. I completely understand why many men might opt out of this, no matter how challenging. It's simply not worth the mental burden. This aligns precisely with mainstream psychology's principle of abandoning things that don't contribute positively to life. Who, in their right mind, would choose to get married? It's arguably the silliest thing to do. A deal where she takes half of everything regardless prevails. With a 60% divorce rate, a man's chances of being exploited are alarmingly high. Why take the risk? Men are essentially compelled by regulation to have reservations for the sake of self-protection. Given the variety of technology available, men have alternative avenues to find happiness and peace. Perhaps years ago, men enjoyed spending time with women in a more straightforward manner. It used to unfold as follows. Man meets woman. Woman expresses heartfelt interest. Man invites woman out publicly. A relationship develops, leading to marriage and children. The scenario has evolved into a rather discouraging pattern. A man meets a woman, and she rejects him because she seeks the best of the best and believes she is entitled to them. She offers herself to the best men, who then reject her. This rejection leads her to unleash frustration on the remaining men still seeking her affection. This cycle results in disappointment on both sides. Many men have sought other forms of entertainment to avoid the annoyance and irritation associated with being around modern women. In my perspective, women's primary issue lies in their struggle to find and secure their own man. For instance, in a race or contest where 10 men and 10 women participate, and mate selection is based on ranking, numerous women would reject those who didn't secure the top position in the men's race. The first-place man would enjoy the attention of all 10 women, while the men who finished second to 10th would face rejection and neglect from those who didn't get the top-ranked man. The modern woman, influenced by radical feminism, has become more masculinized, a trait that men generally find unattractive. Radical feminism has also contributed to the destruction of the family, with family laws predominantly favoring women. This inequality has driven thousands of men each month towards the MGTOW movement. In the realm of relationships, marriage, love, and family, a paradigm shift is evident, with MGTOW asserting its presence as a lasting movement. Delving into the folly of dating a modern woman, even with a 75% chance of losing resources and future children, seems utterly absurd and irrational. In a world where women rack up multiple sexual partners, sport questionable tattoos and piercings, and exhibit a repulsive attitude, the essence of womanhood seems lost. Modern women often appear overly rude, mean, sarcastic, and boring, consumed by hypersexualization reflected in TikTok videos and attention-seeking posts. The legal system, heavily biased for women, further encourages bad behavior in relationships. The alarming trend of states dividing assets from men for women outside marriage adds to the risks. The legal definition of a relationship in many Western countries is surprisingly 2 years, qualifying the individual for the rights of a divorced spouse. Contemporary society, eroding male attraction, transforms what should be enjoyable into a scarcity, prompting many men to reconsider relationships. The logic behind getting married, especially with a 60% divorce rate, is questionable. Men are compelled, by regulation, to be skeptical of self-preservation. Amidst technological advancements, men explore alternative paths for joy and peace. 20 to 30 years ago, men enjoyed a simpler approach to spending time with women, leading to relationships and families. Today, modern dating involves rejection based on unrealistic standards, causing frustration on both sides. Many men resort to other forms of entertainment to avoid the challenges of being around modern women. A significant issue lies in women struggling to find and secure their own partners. The race analogy illustrates how women often reject men not securing the top spot, perpetuating a cycle of rejection and disrespect. Radical feminism has masculinized the modern woman, a quality generally unappealing to men who prefer femininity. The family, too, has suffered under biased family laws. This situation has led thousands of men to turn to MGTOW, signaling a shift where traditional notions of marriage, love, and relationships are considered obsolete. Overall, MGTOW asserts its permanence, signaling the end of traditional norms like marriage, love, casual acquaintanceships, children, weddings, vacations, diamond rings, and feminism. And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW Voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.